त्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै न ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। स्वसुखनिभृतचेता तद्विदस्तान्यभावोऽपि अजितरुचिरलीला कृष्णसारस्तदीयम् व्यतनुतकृपया यस्त्वत्तत्त्वदीपं पुराणम् तमखिलवृजनघ्नं व्याससूनुं नतोऽस्मि। We had seen the first verse of Bhagavatam Purana. The second verse praises this Purana, Bhagavata Purana. It is also called as Arthavada, a praise to enthuse the reader or the listener to take to this Shastra by highlighting its greatness. Thereby, the Shraddha in the Shastra becomes firm. This type of Arthavada or praise are found in many places in different types of Shastras. It is to make those followers understand that here is something special. At times, that doesn't mean others are useless. But for this person who has come to this Shastra, there is something exclusively meant for him. He can be benefited by this than other Shastras. Other Shastras also are great. They are dependent on the type of the person who takes to it. A person who can take to this marga may not be that much eligible to take to other marga. Or the one who can take to some other path may not be that much fit to take to some other path. From that standpoint, to intensify the Shraddha in the Shastra, Bhagavata Purana, the greatness of this is described with respect to some other Shastra. So we have seen, read the verse.
धर्मः प्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्.
The greatness of this Bhagavata is Munikruta. Originally, it was taught by Bhagavan Vishnu to Brahmaji in a short form called Chatusshloki Bhagavata, which we are going to study after soon. We are going to study soon as well. And afterwards, it was expanded by none other than Vyasa Muni, Veda Vyasa. And here, this is a thing, something which speaks of dharma. Here is bhakti. Bhakti, which is Ishvara Aradhana Lakshana Dharma. That is a conduct wherein Ishvara, Parameshwara, Bhagavat Tattva is invoked, worshipped, adored. So, and what type of dharma it is? Projita Kaitava, which is not for getting something this and that. Means, no doubt, the result is there, and for that only one takes to. But the phala, result thereof, is not the criterion of this bhakta to take to this bhakti. He takes to bhakti of Bhagavan for the sake of Bhagavan himself and not to get this or that. That is what Prajita Kaitava. And here, Vastava Vastu, Vedya Vastava Vastu, the principle which is worthy to be known and which is real in nature is unfolded. But for who? Is for Nirmatsarana, those people who have no matsarya, who have no envy, who have no jealousy towards others. Last time we have seen in detail, the jealousy or envy is a great enemy. Even seekers at higher level also are a prey to this bad trait. So here, Nirmatsarana. If you have got envy, jealousy towards someone, how are you going to find out that that person also is Bhagavad Swarup? There is a revulsion about that person. How can you find Bhagavan in them? So this is a very bad trait. One should get rid of it by all means. Vasavastu. And so that is what is described here. So what? That vastu is of such nature. What is that now? Let us see. It is Shivadam Tapatrayonmulanam. So it is Shivadam. Shiva, of course, Kailasadipati Shankara Maheshwara is called Shiva. But basically the word means Shiva is Mangala Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, Atyanta Dukkha Rahita. A principle which is nothing but auspiciousness. Ananda and Ananda alone, no trace of sorrow. That's what Shiva. So Shivadam means Parama Sukhadam, which gives Parama Sukha, infinite happiness. See, we get now and then happiness. But how long it lasts? No. We don't know. But it is not going to be there permanently, number one. Again, that happiness, whatever it may be, it is not that intense as such. Degree of intensity are there. But you can't say it is something which is limitless. It comes and it goes. Not only that, that happiness depends on many factors. If these factors are conducive, you are able to get the happiness. Otherwise, no. What is the other factors? The object or being which gives me happiness must be with me. I should have it. Number two, my bodily condition must be in such a way, of such nature, that I am able to indulge in it, to get the happiness from it. Number three, I must be in a sound mental condition to enjoy it. Number four, that entity or the object or being should not be lost. It should be with me forever. It should not give up its nature of giving that happiness. Now tell me, are all these factors going to be there? Dependent. There are many, all dependent factors. But this happiness is independent. Independent of what? independent of any blessed thing in the entire cosmos. But it will depend on your body, it will depend on your senses, it will depend on your mind. No. Okay. Body must be there, mind must be there, senses must be there. Without that, how are you going to enjoy that happiness? It is self-evident happiness. Even if this body is not there, it shines in its own glory, and it is nothing but Chaitanya, which is my real nature. Body is something which I will and let it go. But this is me, and that Chaitanya Swarupa itself is Bhagavat Swarupa. The other day we have seen in detail the teaching of none other than Bhagavan Shiva, Kailasadipati, to a great disciple. Who is it? Vasishta. What is Devaha? Akritrimam, Anadyantam, Chit Shivam, Deva iti Viduhu. What is Deva? Means Bhagavat Tattva. First he says, Sakaro Dayo Bhagavan. Anything and everything which has got a akara, form, cannot be Bhagavan. Then who is Bhagavan then? Akritrimam, not created, not produced, not artificial, which is not fictitious, it is not something imagined, means it is an ever-existent real entity. Akritrimam, Anadyantam, Adi, Anta are not there. Beginning, birth, Anta, and destruction are not there. Devanam, resplendent in terms of knowledge principle, namely Chit Shivam. Chit, Chaitanya, and Chaitanya alone itself is Shiva. This Shiva is not Kailasadipati Shiva. It's a Mangala Swarupa, Paramanda Swarupa. So therefore, that is the Paramatma Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva. Then how come Shastra speak of Vishnu, Shiva, Kailasa Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Varuna, Devatas, etc. And you are talking which has the form, is not divinity principle, Devata. Yes. Shastra speaks of all this as a means for those who are not able to directly cognize this Chit Shiva, which is Nirakara. For them, sadhanas are given in terms of meditation, etc., Navavidha Bhakti, whereby they prepare their mind, are able to discover this Chit Shiva. So the means, sadhanas are tailor-made. It's not one for all. Depending on the eligibility of the seeker, depending on the disposition of the seeker, a sadhana, a means which can help him from the present state of his condition, that is given. So all these things, what is that? Bhagavan with form, with akara, are certainly relevant. Not only relevant, They are indispensable in the beginning until you grow and you are able to discover this Chit Shiva, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Because Shiva Dam, because if you stick to other form, of course, we'll see that as far as possible, the bhakta is able to get the parabhakti, as a result of which his mind is what? Ananya cheta. Other than Bhagavan, there is nothing in his mind at all. This person, though he may not have got his Chit Shiva, Nirakara, he need not bother at all. Why? There is built-in safety device of Bhagavan. And this Bhagavan will take care of it. Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagara bhavami nachirat partha maya aveshada chetasa. Maya aveshada chetasa. Those whose mind is absorbed in me, I, God, make them cross over the ocean of samsara. So that they are not a problem. For practical purpose, this and moksha are one and the same because Bhagavan takes care of it. So therefore, from that standpoint, bhakti is indispensable. Those who have got little more rational mind than the emotional bent of the mind, they do take to bhakti in the beginning. Then they switch on to, with the bhakti, mind is prepared, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and make the mind directly absorbed in the Brahma Sarupa, Chit Sarupa. So, in either case, final result is one and the same, but depending on the texture of the mind of the seeker. So, path of devotion, inquiry, they are given. And you need not suggest. This is just Bhagavan himself said. The path of directly discovering the Chit Shiva, making the mind absorbed in it, is difficult compared to this. If we see Dukkha Tara is said, means don't think Bhakti Marga is what? Bed of roses. There are also obstacles come depending on your unpreparedness of the mind. Here also will come. But if sincerity is there, one is sincere, there is Bhagavan to guide both. Whether is a bhakta taken to Bhakti Marga or a mukshu taken Jnana Marga, for Bhagavan, there is no distinction. All are children only. They have got attention on all this. On the contrary, we will have more attention on those who are more adventurous. Like a mother, but love for all, cares for all, cares for the needs of all, caters for the needs of all. Of course, younger ones will have more attention. At the same time, little grown-up children, for little more attention, more adventurous, they also will have special attention, so that they do not come to harm. That is what Bhagavan is, love for all. So one did not bother that it is difficult, etc. One's determination and strict adherence to the means given should be taken to. Bhagavan is there already all the time to help, whether you take to devotion or inquiry. Or if there is no distinction at all. So therefore, here is the one, it is Shivadam Parama Sukhadam. There is no happiness beyond that at all. More happiness beyond that. It is nothing but embodiment of happiness, limitless in nature, what you call absolute. Absolute means independent, limitless, never ending, ever existent. Even, see, it is something which chit, self-evident knowledge principle, self-evident experience principle. You don't need anything else for that. It is evident, evident, evident on its own. You don't need any lamp to illumine the sun. Self-luminous. So that is, this is Shivadam. This is Shivadam. And it is Tapatrayonmolanam. It uproots the Tapatraya. Totally destroys the three types of affliction. Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidayuka. The afflictions arising from one's own body, the afflictions arising from the surrounding, the afflictions from the phenomenal powers. It removes all those tapatraya. So that's why this is a vastu which is worthy to be known, worthy to be discovered as one swarupa. Further, this Shastra is such that you invoke Bhagavan, and the method is such that the Bhagavan, what happens? They gets rooted in your antakaram, mind, very easily, which is difficult for other means. Says, Paraihi Ishvaraha Kim Va Sadhyaha Hridi Avarudyate. You have to add the adhyara na kathanchit, to be added na kathanchit vilambanena eva, na kathanchit vilambanena eva. The question is asked, tell me any other shastra by which Bhagwan is what? Always is established in your antakarana. Paraihi, by others. What are they? Paraihi shastraihi, by other scriptures. Shastraihi Ishvaraha, the Parameshwara, the Bhagavat Tattva, so the principle of Bhagavan, Ishvara. Kimva, the question is asked, is it so? What is that? Kimva. Sadhyaha, instantly, then and that. Hridi, in their heart means antakarana. Avarudyate, as if that is Kim. Kim is a Kimva avarudyate. Avarudyate means sthiri kriyate. Thus Ishvara gets what? Thoroughly established in our mind, antakarana. So, sadhyaha, instantly. Kaku prayoga, answer is in the sense no. Of course, by other methods also Bhagavan gets rooted in our antakarana, but vilambanena eva, delayed. Here, Bhagavad Shastra said that sadhyaha, immediately, then and there. This is the plus factor of Bhagavad Shastra. That doesn't mean others are wrong, okay? Keep in mind, Vyasa didn't compose Bhagavata because all that he has written, done is wrong. And therefore he wrote Bhakti Bhagavata. No, he knew that it is true, but it doesn't cater to all people, mainly masses. So I failed in providing them an easy means to attain the same high goal as already discussed, elaborated. So that is what made him sad. And Narada said, look, this is what it is. And he wrote. Then he was happy because he could provide the means even to the lay person to rise to the highest point of perfection. Because the very purpose of advent of Vyasa was this purpose. In every Manvantara, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, Vyasa with the Amshavatar of Vishnu takes body embodiment. And do you know from whom he learns? Maybe Bhagavad etc. taught to him by Narada. His learning of Vedanta is none other than Bhagavan Shiva. And generally we say no. Brahma Sutras are composed by who? Vyasa. But many don't know that it was Bhagavan Shiva who taught Brahma Sutras to Vyasa. Every Dwapara Yuga, in every Manvantara, whatever, in every Manvantara there are many Dwapara Yugas. Every Dwapara Yuga, Vyasa goes with all Bhasma, Rudraksha, etc., and learns from that. And that is what afterwards is amplified by different masters. First, Vyasa does it, and after different people go on commenting on all that according to their mati. So therefore, you should be very careful that mati, that buddhi, is strictly in accordance with the Shastra, entire Upanishad Shastra. If that is not there, those people will see their own meaning and which may not be true to the truth. In some cases, certain things may be there which helps them, which leads them higher. But not totally, that is what at places some loopholes also may be there. So this is very important that the meaning or the teaching that one derives from such thing must be in conformity with the Vedas, especially Upanishads. So that is the place where this is unfolded. So, by other thing, it is not possible. But here, Bhagavad Shastra, that bhakti leads to such a state that because Bhagavan himself is involved there and he helps. So now further, Atra Kritibi Shushrushabhi and Ishvara Tatkshanat Hridi अवरुध्यते. अत्र भागवत शास्त्रे कृतिभिः, see, not available for all. Even to take to devotion, you need great punya of the past. Otherwise, gaining Bhagavan, leave alone. Even this person will not come anywhere near the sadhanas to gain Bhagavan. If you have taken to the means to develop bhakti, shows that you have done something great punya in the past, which has led you to this marga. So that Kritibi means here punyavadbhi, who have punya of the past lives. Kritibi. At the same time, they are shushrushu, shushrushubhi, shrotum ichhadbhi, who have got eagerness to listen to, study Bhagavata Shastra. Shushrubhi. Therefore, by them, Ishvaraha, Bhagavan, is what? Tat kshanat at Hridhi avarudhyate. Tat kshanat. Tat kshanat means what? Instantly. Then and there. Hridhi in their antakarna. Avarudhyate. Stiri kriyate. Bhagavan gets established in their antakarna by this. Bhakti has unfolded here in the Bhagavata Shastra. So thus, the subject matter of Bhagavata was told, nothing but Paramatma Tattva. See, one thing we have to keep in mind. In Adhyatma, there is Vedanta or Bhakti. Words for Bhagavan, whether it is Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvishesha, Chaitanya Swarupa, Brahma, or Saguna, Sakara, Savishesha, that is the with Nama and Rupa, all the both words are used without much distinction. So they're one and the same entity. Nirguna, etc., the entity without creation. But the same entity with respect to creation is Saguna Brahma. For practical purpose, Shastras use one word for other. Otherwise, see, Parabrahma, Aparabrahma. Parabrahma is higher one. Aparam is not inferior, not higher one. Saguna, Nirguna or Aguna. Without gunas, Aguna, Nirguna, and Saguna with gunas. Gunas means what happens? Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna, and its effects are included. Vishesh, Savishesha, Nirvishesha. Without any specific features, with features. In this respect, Bhagavan, one has got 6 bhagas in absolute measure. Ishvaraha, the creator, sustainer, destroyer of the world. Parameshwaraha, same thing. Ishvara Parameshwaraha. Then Apara Brahma. These are all at the Saguna level. And Nirguna, Aguna Brahma, Nirvishesha Brahma, Chit Sarupa only, Nishkriya, which is Sakriya. Saguna is Sakriya, that Nishkriya, are at the level of absolute reality without creation. But for a mumukshu, for a bhakta, from the practical standpoint, both are one and the same. Just let us say, a famous actor, let us say Mr. Gopal, it has played many roles in many dramas and films, movies. But all the roles played are what? Mr. Gopal only, but not in reality. In appearance for certain purpose. Free from all these roles, Mr. Gopal is the basic one. Depending on the context, you may refer to the role or the original one, the actor himself. Roles come and go. Mr. Gopal is one and the same. So is this Nirguna, Aguna, Parabrahma, Aparabrahma, all these are different. Entity is one and the same. The context has to be seen. So here, one should have that accommodativeness of the mind. No, this alone is real, Nirguna, and Saguna is useless. Saguna is everything, and Nirguna is not there at all. This is half knowledge. Both cases, dangerous. So therefore, you should be very careful about this because let's tell you about this. See, followers of certain Vaishnava Sampradaya, as far as bhakti is concerned, something great, but are not ready to accept the existence of Nirguna Brahma, Parabrahma. They say Bhagavan is always in the form. Even in Pralaya, the heavens of that Bhagavan continue to be there with all his divine glories. These need to be tested on the touchstone of Shastras. What is correct, good, should be accepted, should be implemented. What is wrong should be unceremoniously discarded with least hesitation. So proper understanding is necessary. After this, Chatusshloki is over. I'll give samples how some followers of these have distorted the original thing. First, they have concluded something. And based on the conclusion, they try to buttress it with their own argument, borrowing from the Upanishads, etc. So it should be. And what they say is, others have adulterated the teaching of Krishna. They have added their personal motivated changes in them. And they are the one They speak of Krishna's teaching as it is. They claim what I say is what? As it is what Krishna said. Others have adulterated it and changed the teaching of Krishna by adding their personal preference of changes. So one should be little on one's guard. Take certainly Krishna Bhakti, something great. And you have taken to that, shows that you have done some great punya in the path that you have taken. But be aware of such misguided conclusions that deprives the person the truth. And of course, if one is sincere in his bhakti, Bhagavan will take care of it. As I told you, you do whatever you want. You attain para bhakti. Whatever name, whatever form of Bhagavan you want to take to it. But get para bhakti, your mind absorbed in Bhagavan afterwards. You don't bother about anything at all. I told you. Built-in safety device of Bhagavan is there. Built-in. Till then, if these things confuse you, you are not able to take a decision. Best thing is what? Surrender to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, you know the best. I'm not able to decide all these things. You decide. He is Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman. He will take care provided you are sincere. But don't enter into all these arguments at all. Stick to your bhakti. Enough. But it should be para bhakti. Bhakti, love for Bhagavan for the sake of Bhagavan, not to get this and that. Nothing to worry afterward. So therefore we see that because we have to safeguard our interest from such things so that even bhakti, we take to it in the right direction. So with this, in that sheet given to you, the third verse also is there, which I have already explained in the this, what is that, the earlier introduction. And also the other one is that Namaskara to Shukamuni, which also I explained as well. Now we will enter into the Chatusshloki Bhagavata. It appears in the second skandha, chapter 9, ninth chapter in the second skandha, and it is from 31, 32, 33, 34. You can take a little earlier and later also. Actually, 4, 5, 6 can be taken. But before entering this teaching, by none other than Bhagavan Vishnu to Brahmaji, we have to see the context. Not only the context with respect to Vishnu's teaching to Brahmaji, but also the context of the content of this chapter related to the earlier chapter. In the earlier chapter, that is chapter 8, Parikshita asked a series of questions to Shuka about this Bhagavad Tattva, Bhakti and all those things. And in the 9th chapter, Shuka is answering those questions one by one. And in that context, in answer to few questions by Parikshita, Shuka is quoting, narrating Vishnu's teaching to Brahmaji. That is how the Chatusshloki has come here. Actually, it is an answer to certain question by Parikshita. We'll see that those questions, we'll see that. To which, while answering, Shuka straight away tells him answer to these as given by who? Vishnu to Brahma, because Brahmaji also, Brahma, not Brahman. I hope you know that. Brahman, a neuter word, means Chaitanya alone, the ultimate principle. Brahma, one of the three murtis. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, taking care of Sarga, Srishti, creation, Sthiti, Palana, Vishnu, Samvara, Shiva, Maheshwara. So here, Brahmaji also had asked similar question, and therefore answer given by who? None other than Bhagavan Vishnu. Shuka is quoting. One or two questions asked by Parikshita to Shuka will consider. You will not have the verses. I don't want to load you with so much Sanskrit. I will just give the gist of it. I will read the verses and give the gist of it. Say, main theme is this. See, Parikshit says, see, Bhagavan is independent, swatantra. He is not under the rule of anyone. He doesn't need of help of anyone. He is independent of everyone. Then he says, if so, how Bhagavan sports Leela by means of his Maya, and during Pralaya abandons the Maya and remains indifferent, like a Sakshi, witness, unconcerned of what is being witnessed. Actually, this is a question asked by Parikshit in 8 chapters, Skanda 2, verses 23. Skanda 2, chapter 8 and verse 23. See, Parikshit, please tell me this. Bhagavan Atma Tantra. Tantra means adhina. So Bhagavan's Atma Tantra means swadhina, not paradhina. Bhagavan doesn't depend on anyone. He is independent. Now, such Bhagavan, tell me, say, by Atma Maya, by his own Maya, creative power, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells that apara prakriti. By Maya, the way in which sports in terms of this Vishwa, Jagat, and also, what does he do? Having discarded Maya, having abandoned Maya, say, what is it? In Pradaya. So he is what? Udaste. He remains indifferent. He remains inactive. He remains unconcerned. Just like Sakshi, like a witness. Indifferent. Yatha Atmatantro Bhagavan. This tells me the manner yatha in which this Bhagavan who is independent. Atma Maya Vikridati. Sports by his own Maya Shakti. Va means and yatha, the manner which Maya Visrujya. I mean, he discarded Maya. This Vibhu. Bhagavan is Vibhu. What Vibhu? Two meanings are there for Vibhu. Vyapakatvad Vibhu. One is all pervasive. Or Vividam Bhavati Asmatiti Vibhu. The variegated Jagat is born from whom is Vibhu. This Vibhu Bhagavan says, Udaste remains indifferent. When in Pradaya, like what? Sakshi, like the Sakshi. So what is the purpose of asking? Bhagavan, in his Swarupa, his true nature, Bhagavan means Srishti has already come there. But his true nature, as Parabrahma Tattva, as Chaitanya and Chaitanya. See, other day I explained this word Deva in the context of what is that Satyam Param Dhimahi, as taught by Bhagavan Shiva. The ultimate principle is Chit and Chit alone. In course of time, I will point you out from Narada's description of a particular type of meditation that ultimate reality Bhagavad Tattva is what? Chit and Chit alone. I'm quoting these because this will help one understand that there is no interpretation. If some accuse, no. Adulteration, adding changes of personal motivated changes, etc. No. As it is, as Narada said, not simply that. I will point you out what Narada said. The same method of meditation, little higher level, is recommended by none other than Bhagavan Rama. The Rama Gita. Then finally, what is retained is what? Chin Matra. Ultimate reality. Plus, this is not just a narration. This is a Chin Matra wherein Rama got absorbed Samadhi. He is described in Yoga Vasishtha. Vasishtha teaching is over. Where is Rama? Got lost in his Chinmatra Swarup. Vishwamitra is panicking. Vasishtha, please do something. Rama has got a mission to fulfill. Don't allow him to get in Samadhi now. Entire mission will be failed. Vasishtha knew it. Rama, this is not the time to go in Samadhi. Before that, many factors need to be considered. This is not final. You have got a lot of missions to be fulfilled. But where is Rama available there? He's not here. Vasishtha tried his best. He could not awaken Rama out from Samadhi. Being a great yogi, Vasishtha enters yogic method, enters the subtle body of Rama, Sukshariya, and activates it. Then Rama becomes aware of the surrounding, and then he is too. So Rama, the same thing was taught to who? In the Rama Gita, Rama has not taught much Vedanta except Rama Gita. And that was to Lakshmana after Sita was abandoned to forest. She stayed at Valmiki's Kuti, etc. At that time. So Rama, which he has verified, of course, he is Bhagavan, but as a role of avatar, he is verified, he has taught to whom. And this method which Rama uses, what is that? Meditation based on Omkara, Om. He gives brief in few verses. He gives same thing is elaborated by Adi Shankaracharya in the meditation called Panchikarana. Panchikarana. Same thing, very elaborated. Further, his disciple Sureshwaracharya has written the Vartika on this Panchikarana meditation. In fact, I have written a commentary on this Panchikarana, Om based meditation. Those who have not come across may go to the website www.turiyabodha, turiyabodha.com. On that, all my books are available for free download in PDF form. In that, Om based meditation also is there. Originally hinted by who? Rama. And it's such important. You must be knowing Samarth Ramdas, great Maharashtra saint, Guru of Chhatrapati Shivaji. He says at one place, Prapanchi Pahide Kanchana, Paramarthi Panchikarana. In the world to live, you need to have money. Kanchana means gold. Gold means money. Without money, you can't live in this world. But in Paramartha, again the highest Panchikarana. The method of Panchikarana, wherein the entire creation is its pravilapana. Merging in the original cause, Chaitanya alone, is done with the help of Omkara in the reverse order of creation. My purpose of telling is this, to that Chinmatra, that is the ultimate nature of Bhagavad Tattva, should not be ignored. by simply harping on the Bhagavan with the form. You see that? It's a very important thing as such. After the, what is that? This Chatusshloki is over. I'll give a few samples so that we should know what the truth is and not get carried away by somebody's notions. See, in spirituality, you should be like a honeybee. Visit all flowers, take the honey only. Whatever good is there anywhere, take it. Whatever not good in the sense, not as per the Shastra, leave it. That's all. Don't bother about it. Let others take it. If they want, they can take too. But you mind yourself. And if you have got true bhakti, true shraddha in Bhagavan, not a bother. Why? Sarvajna Sarvashaktiman Bhagavan is at your disposal, provided you have got true bhakti. Ask him, Bhagavan, tell me the truth. I'm not able to decide what it is. I'm getting confused. You can argue with it. You can quarrel with Bhagavan also. Possible. You'll be happy if you want to know the real things. So we'll see that in course of time. Now, who Shuka is answering one by one questions asked by who Parikshita. Few of such answer will consider first, then we'll enter into Chatusshloki Bhagavata, take into account the context in which Brahmaji had asked the question. We will see that. One thing, tomorrow there is no class. Aitareya Upanishad class tomorrow evening is not there. And other thing, last week I had also announced that 3rd and 4th August, Saturday, Sunday, classes will not be there. I had announced, but because of certain change, 3rd August and 4th August, classes will be there. Okay. The earlier, this is cancelled. So tomorrow, no class. And afterwards, you'll continue even on 3rd and 4th August, classes will be there. Okay.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी तेषोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
नारायण जी हरिओम, जयंत भाई ओझा हरिओम, जान